子，我代表星空巨兽联盟来接引你了。
就看你能不能把握这次生的机会。
是神力，宇宙之主的气息。
这里的光速是元宇宙的100倍。
金角巨兽被丢去哪里了？绝地看似普通，可任凭怎么飞都只能在10万光年区域内行动。
Swallowed Star Episode 217. Luo Feng is guided into the Starry Sky Beasts Alliance. Luo Feng is guided into the Starry Sky Beasts Alliance and meets the ancestor of the Starry Sky Beasts. However, his identity as someone who has possessed the golden horned beast is exposed. After successfully obtaining the 4th metal plate on Craftsman God Star, Luo Feng is discovered by the Craftsman God Lord. The Craftsman God Lord directly throws the golden horned beast into a deadly zone within the universe. The reason for this is actually to follow the instructions of Sitting Mountain Guest to test Luo Feng. At this time, Luo Feng's earthling original body is still inside a spacecraft in the Yinfa secret realm. He can maintain a mental connection with the golden horned beast, but he is completely unable to sense its exact location. This is something he has never encountered before, and it gives him a deeper understanding of the mysteries of the universe. Meanwhile, after being thrown into the deadly zone, the golden horned beast appears in what seems to be an ordinary starry sky. Yet everything here feels strange. There are no spatial fluctuations, it cannot connect to the virtual universe, nor can it sense any god kingdom. After flying continuously for over a year, Luo Feng enters a star system with 3 special planets. There he encounters 3 universe overlords who had long gone missing for tens of thousands of eras. Upon seeing an outsider, their first reaction is to attack together, attempting to seize the supreme treasures on Luo Feng. Luo Feng originally intends to communicate and gather information about the outside world, but is forced to fight back due to their hostility. He immediately releases the domain-type supreme treasure, the 9 Xiao River, instantly suppressing their movement speed. Seeing they cannot get close, the 3 attempt to retreat, but Luo Feng locks onto Bajian Venerable, who initiated the attack and chases him down. Relying on the overwhelming defense of the Peak Supreme Treasure, the Tribulation Armor, even though Bajian Venerable is far stronger than him, none of his ultimate techniques can harm Luo Feng in the slightest. Instead, Bajian Venerable's own divine body is rapidly consumed as it continues burning. Unable to escape and unable to break Luo Feng's defense, continuing the fight would only lead to death. In the end, Bajian Venerable self-destructs in unwillingness. Luo Feng collects the 2 supreme treasures he leaves behind. He then questions the other 2 universe overlords, watching from afar, asking whether they still intend to oppose him. Seitian Venerable and Yuan Lord exchange a glance and explain that their earlier attack was influenced by Bajian Venerable's killing intent and that they themselves hold no hostility. The golden horned beast does not pursue the conflict further. From across the vast starry sky, he asks the questions he cares about most. He first asks why they entered the deadly zone and what they know about this region. Yuan Lord replies that many powerful beings in the universe have accidentally fallen into this place. Some were randomly teleported here while exploring secret realms, while others were simply traveling through space when they were suddenly swallowed by space itself. All such teleportation events occur without any pattern. After a moment of silence, the golden horned beast asks the most critical question. Has anyone ever successfully left this place? Seitian Venerable answers that neither he nor the others possess clones. Once their true bodies were trapped, their external incarnations collapsed as well, leaving them unable to know what happens outside. However, they know of Manhwa Venerable, who has a clone. His clone remaining outside has indeed witnessed strong individuals who entered the deadly zone reappear in the outside world. As for Manhwa Venerable himself, he ultimately abandoned his clone inside the deadly zone along with a supreme treasure, and only managed to escape through self-destruction. The golden horned beast then asks whether there are other trapped experts here. They confirm that there are, but these experts wander the starry sky constantly and their locations are not fixed. When asked about the size of the deadly zone, Yuan Lord explains with a sigh. This region has a diameter of nearly 100,000 light-years. It appears to be ordinary space, but in reality it is an inescapable maze. No matter which direction one flies, once exceeding that range, one will unknowingly return to the original location. Countless trapped beings are like prisoners in a cage, forever unable to break free. They advise the golden horned beast that since he possesses the ability to create clones, he might as well follow Kanghua Venerable's example, abandon his treasures and self-destruct to escape, rather than remain trapped for endless ages. However, the golden-horned beast only lets out a roar that shakes the starry sky, clearly stating that he will not easily choose self-destruction. He then withdraws the 9 Xiao River switches to the Mosha clan clone and transforms into a streak of light, flying toward the depths of space. Watching the light disappear completely, Tse-Tian Venerable quietly laments Bajian Venerable's death. Yuan Lord, however, shows only disdain, saying Bajian Venerable had always bullied others through power, and that his end was entirely his own doing. The Mosha clan clone sits cross-legged on a meteorite, drifting slowly through space by inertia. This place is completely isolated from the outside world. Those trapped here cannot call for help, which is why Bajian Venerable was worn down to death. Under normal circumstances, a universe overlord is extremely difficult to kill. More than 2 months pass in the blink of an eye. Within Luo Feng's vast god kingdom, before the golden divine hall above the endless nether sea, his earthling original body finally completes its cultivation. After over a year of effort, he successfully masters the 6th and 7th tribulations of the 9 tribulations secret manual. During this time, the Mosha clan clone continues drifting through space. Suddenly, countless ripples appear ahead in the starry sky. The meteorite carries him straight through them without obstruction. But the moment his divine body passes through the ripples, an invisible force sweeps across his entire body, even penetrating his world ring and scanning the golden-horned beast clone. It brings a pain like blades cutting through him. After fully passing through the Mosha clan clone's divine body, is reduced to only about 30%. Before he can recover from the shock of this terrifying force, Luo Feng realizes that the starry sky before him has completely changed. Previously, the space resembled the normal universe, vast distances between stars with ordinary planets. But now the scene before him is breathtakingly beautiful. Star systems are densely packed, countless planets arranged into exquisite patterns, each containing traces of law patterns. Only then does he realize that within the so-called deadly zone, there exists another completely different starry sky. Sitting on the meteorite, Luo Feng slowly advances and soon approaches a nearby yellowish planet. After probing with divine power, he is stunned. On this lifeless planet with a diameter of 21,000 kilometers lies an enormous deposit of star-tier gold. This metal is formed only at the moment a massive star collapses into a black hole, and is known as the tears of a star, an extremely rare and precious grade G metal in the universe. Even more astonishing, this entire planet is almost completely composed of star-tier gold. Even for the golden-horned beast's massive divine body consuming, it could restore up to 80% of its condition. Luo Feng immediately switches to the golden-horned beast and flies toward the planet. On the way, he casually scans a nearby golden planet and discovers an equally massive deposit of void stone. Landing on the planet, the golden-horned beast gazes at the stars filled with shock. He has only investigated 2 planets, yet both contain top-tier rare mineral veins. It is hard to imagine how many treasures are hidden among the countless planets in this starry sky. He does not continue exploring. The top priority now is to restore his divine body. The golden-horned beast activates its innate secret technique, expanding its body to 100,000 kilometers in length. Instead of devouring the entire planet, he precisely controls the absorption range, only consuming star-tier gold ore and converting it into pure metal-type divine power to repair his body. After devouring nearly half of the star-tier gold deposit, his divine body recovers to over 60%. He then went to the second planet and devoured the void stone. After his divine body recovered to 80%, he proceeded to the third planet. On the third planet, there were 3 vast super lakes covering 90% of the planet's surface. They were filled entirely with extremely precious barium crystal. Luo Feng only consumed the reserves of 1 lake, and his divine body fully recovered to its peak state. Floating in outer space above the planet, he scanned the other planets within the same star system and discovered that each one contained valuable treasures. All the planets in this starry sky were arranged into a massive cosmic secret pattern, mysterious and beautiful, yet completely lifeless. Just as the golden-horned beast continued investigating the secrets of this space, a powerful divine power aura suddenly erupted from a nearby planet. It was quickly detected by him. He immediately spread his wings and flew toward the source of the aura. Soon he saw a towering figure flying toward him, a starry sky beast named Zhen, belonging to the second tier of bloodlines just below the 12-peak bloodline lineages. The two starry sky beasts met in space. Zhen spoke first, saying he had been sent by the Starry Sky Beasts Alliance to guide him here. Luo Feng was momentarily stunned. He had assumed the other party was another trapped expert, but it turned out to be an emissary from the Alliance. He immediately asked about the origin of this starry sky. Zhen explained that the so-called Deadly Zone is actually a sacred land controlled by the greatest ancestor of the Starry Sky Beasts Alliance. The Ancestor is one of the most supreme beings in the universe. He personally altered the operational laws of this region, isolating it almost completely from the outside world. Only wormholes can enable transportation. This starry sky is divided into two parts, inner and outer space. The area where other races are trapped is the outer region, what the outside world calls the Deadly Zone. The region Luo Feng entered after passing through the spatial ripples is the inner space, used by the Alliance to cultivate precious resources. Only beings of the Starry Sky Beasts race can pass through the ripples without being killed. Other races cannot even perceive this barrier. Zhen further explained that within every star system here, there is a planet containing a wormhole leading to the core sacred land, the Starry Sky Divine Mountain. All of these were personally created by the Ancestor. After explaining this, Zhen urged the golden-horned beast to follow him, saying that the supreme beings of the Alliance were waiting. He then led him to the planet containing the wormhole. The two shrank their bodies and descended into the planet's core, passing through a stable spatial vortex. After traversing the wormhole, the sight before them completely shocked the golden-horned beast. In the vast starry sky, countless wormholes were densely scattered everywhere. At the center of all the wormholes, a pitch-black mountain range several light-years tall floated in space. This was the sacred land of the Starry Sky Beasts Alliance, the Starry Sky Divine Mountain. Zhen told Luo Feng that the universe lords and the ancestor of the Alliance all reside within this mountain. Not only does it contain countless treasures and inheritances, it is also connected to a universe belonging entirely to the Starry Sky Beasts. More importantly, the Starry Sky Divine Mountain can examine every returning member of the race. Even if an outsider has possessed a Starry Sky Beast's body, they will be exposed here without exception. Hearing this, Luo Feng's heart sank instantly. At that moment, over a dozen golden-horned beasts, with the aura of universe venerables, flew out from the Divine Mountain. This was the first time in nearly 100,000 years of roaming the universe that Luo Feng had seen other golden-horned beasts. After approaching him, they warmly greeted him, welcoming him as a fellow clansman returning from wandering. Zhen completed the handover of his task and departed. The remaining golden-horned beast venerables surrounded Luo Feng, introducing themselves one by one. Luo Feng also gave himself the title Golden Peak Venerable, responding to their enthusiasm. Most of them had experienced long periods of lonely wandering in the universe, so they treated Luo Feng with exceptional sincerity. Soon after, they brought Luo Feng toward the Starry Sky Divine Mountain. During the flight, Luo Feng asked which universe lord he would be meeting. They told him that he would first meet the two universe lords of the golden-horned beast lineage, the Golden Horn Lord and the Xianxia Lord. Luo Feng was surprised. He had originally thought that most of the 12-peak bloodlines had only one universe lord, yet the Golden Horn lineage had two. They proudly explained, the Golden Horn Lord is the oldest universe lord of their lineage, while the Xianxia Lord is a newly advanced powerhouse who broke through about 1,000 eras ago. Because of this, the Golden Horn lineage ranks among the top of the 12-peak bloodlines. They soon arrived at the Starry Sky Divine Mountain and stopped before a towering palace covered with countless relief carvings of golden-horned beasts. This palace, over 100 million kilometers tall, was itself a flying palace-type supreme treasure. As Luo Feng entered the hall, a deep and powerful voice echoed from within, telling him to enter alone. The voice made his bloodline tremble. He knew this was the Golden Horn Lord. Luo Feng walked into the center of the hall and respectfully bowed to the two great beings above. At the highest point of the hall, the one whose aura was as vast as the universe was the Golden Horn Lord. The Golden Horn Lord dismissed the other venerables, leaving only Luo Feng and the two universe lords. The two powerhouses highly recognized Luo Feng's talent, praising his ability to roam the universe alone and still possess a divine body comparable to a universe overlord. They said they had already discussed with other universe lords and planned to give him special cultivation. With the Alliance's resources focused on him, he had a great chance of breaking through to become a universe lord. At that time, the Golden Horn lineage would have 3 universe lords. The Golden Horn Lord also told Luo Feng that within the Starry Sky Divine Mountain, there are countless inheritances and treasures, whether it be items that enhance bloodline or secret techniques for divine body and soul amplification, everything is available. Even the inheritances of the ancestral god religion, including divine generals and divine envoys, as well as beast god inheritance tokens, the Alliance possesses them all. Compared to the Alliance's core inheritances, those are merely superficial. At that moment, the Golden Horn Lord and Xuanmi Lord suddenly exchanged a glance and stopped speaking. Soon after, the Golden Horn Lord told Luo Feng that the Ancestor had given instructions and wished to meet him personally. The Golden Horn Lord brought Luo Feng to the very top of the Divine Mountain to meet the Ancestor. The Ancestor slowly raised his eyelids, his gaze piercing through everything and landing on Luo Feng. He first praised him for being able to kill Ba Jian Venerable, saying he had done well. Luo Feng respectfully replied that it was merely luck. But the Ancestor's next words instantly made Luo Feng's heart sink. The Ancestor directly exposed his identity, stating that he was human, and that nothing could be hidden from him. Luo Feng no longer concealed anything. He immediately switched to his human form, bowed respectfully, and explained that he had not intended to deceive. He had only accidentally fallen into the deadly zone and wandered his way here. As for possessing the golden-horned beast back then, he asked for the Ancestor's understanding. The Ancestor replied that his possession back in his homeland's desperate situation was merely a matter of fate, and that coming here was not his intention either. He would not interfere in such matters. However, Luo Feng was deeply shocked. The events that occurred on Earth back then were known to very few even within the human race. How could this Ancestor know everything so clearly? Then the Ancestor dispelled all his doubts. He said that Luo Feng's arrival here was not a coincidence at all. It was entirely arranged by his teacher. Sitting Mountain Guest. The importance Sitting Mountain Guest placed on him even exceeded that of his second disciple, Yan Emperor. He had personally stepped in and paid a sufficient price to request the Ancestor to open this core region of the Alliance to him.